What's up, PUC family? Happy Sabbath. I hope you're all doing well. We have an awesome worship tonight. We have Pastor Aren Rennacker joining us, going to bless us with the word. I love that guy. And I pray that you guys just continue to enjoy God's presence throughout this worship, that you truly experience His peace and His rest throughout. God bless, family.
Hi, PUC. This is Kent Davis from the chemistry department. And among the things that I miss the most these days is the spontaneous conversations that occur in the hallway or while people are doing their lab experiments, or the people that just drop by my office to say hi. I hope we can get back to that soon.
Feliz Sábado, PUC. I'm Rachelle Davis. I teach in the music department and direct the orchestra, and we miss you. Just like this silent fountain here, PUC is a ghost town without you. Know you are loved and prayed for, and we can't wait for you guys to get home.
Bob Paulson, kinesiology, intramural rec. What do I miss the most? Well, there's a lot of stuff, but one of the things that sticks out like a sore thumb is there's none of you guys on this field. Not good. Fire it up, come on back. We look forward to seeing you.
Hello everyone. Today's scripture reading is found in one of my favorite verses. This verse has helped me throughout my life, and I hope it has an impact on yours, which is why I am sharing it with you today. The verse is found in Psalm 34, 17-20, and it says, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and saves those who are crushed in spirit. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. He protects all his bones, not one of them will be broken." When I think about this verse and when I read it, it reminds me that God is always here with us and for us in every situation. When we rely on Him and we ask for help, He delivers us from our troubles. I know that some of you guys have experienced hardships in your lives, academically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually, and some of you guys are experiencing it now, which is why I am reminding you about this verse, because this verse says that God's got your back. God is basically saying, hey, don't stress, don't worry, trust in me because I have the solution to your problems. I have the bigger plan for you and your life. When we feel heartbroken, alone, anxious, troubled, or even feel like a failure, stop and read this verse to remind yourself that God will protect you, God will strengthen you and guide you to the right path in your life. Give all your worries to God and trust in His power and love, because He's got your back no matter what.
Hello, PUC, and happy Sabbath. Thank you for allowing me to speak for Vespers tonight. My name is Aren Rennacker, and here are 3 things to know about me. Number 1, I am the youth director for the Southeastern California Conference, which means I oversee the ministries from birth through young adults for our area of Southern California, and that I get to work with a bunch of really amazing pastors. Number 2, I spent the best 4 years of my life at Pacific Union College, where I graduated in 2011. And number 3, while I am an interesting person, like 7 out of 10 maybe, I'm not so interesting that I think anybody out there wants to sit and look at me on a computer just talk for 15 minutes. And so instead, I'm going to bring in some old videos, some other voices, and try to keep it brief. Okay, fact. College is amazing. And you're all supposed to be in college right now, living on campus, making new memories, going to the grind to get snacks and drinks, and soaking up the sun of the world's most beautiful college. But instead, you're not. Womp womp. Some of you are even supposed to be graduating soon, and you deserve that graduation. And let me tell you, graduation at PUC, it's pretty incredible. Check out some amateur videos I shot during my graduation from PUC 9 years ago.
About to march down the graduation aisle. It's time.
And that should be you, only better. But instead, it's not. Womp womp. And this pandemic is even affecting me in a personal way, which I'll share with you a little bit later on. But the point is, womp womp. Now, this trial affects everybody differently, and for some, it has meant a profound heartbreak. And as a community, we recognize that. We don't dismiss it. This virus is about so much more than PR or politics or a quarantine. It's about real people who are hurting and suffering, losing lives or loved ones, losing homes and savings, or losing jobs or a sense of security. People are hurting, and that will always matter. And so we recognize that pain, and we offer our care and consideration to it. When one hurts, we all hurt. The word pandemic actually comes from a Greek word that literally means all people. And so we are all in this together, hurting together. And yet, at the same time, we are also able to experience joy together. Because even in the worst hardship, we know that there still exists so much beauty. And I believe that love always speaks loudest and that the good always goes on. And all of us could use some good right now. So what is your good news? In fact, we're called to be messengers of the gospel. You've probably heard that. What that means is that we are called to be bringers of good news. So what is your good news? What good can you bring into the world right now? I guarantee you, we can all use it. And so I want to introduce you to some people. 3 friends of mine whose bond began back when we were at PUC together. First, there's Ryan. I met Ryan when I was his RA in Granger, and immediately I knew I hated him. He was a Lakers and Dodgers fan. Enough said. And yet, we somehow were able to work through that and discover that we could be really good friends. Second, there's Daniel. We were your classic high school Adventist Academy wannabe basketball rivals before college. But then we became, of all things, teammates. And that continued long past our days as pioneers. And third, there's Brennan. Now, we actually went to high school together, but it wasn't until we were on the hill that we became best friends due to taking the same major, loving the same sports teams, and wasting a lot of the same time. But once college ended, life separated us. Ryan and I moved down south, Daniel got a job in Florida, and Brennan began working in Northern California. And so we had an idea. We all love football. And so what if we picked one NFL game in a city none of us had ever been to and used it as an excuse to reunite? Obviously not a new idea, but certainly new for us. And so we did it. And one weekend, we all met in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to experience the food, the culture, and the Steelers beating the 49ers by 4 touchdowns.
Woo!
Idiot. We also mistakenly stayed in the same hotel as the players and got kicked off their floor when we tried discovering their rooms, but that's a different sermon. We actually had such a great time that we did another trip later on to Kansas City, Missouri, where we each ate our weight in barbecue and also saw the Steelers win again. Cross-country trips with your friends. What could be better? But then came hardship. In October of 2018, Daniel's wife, Carla, who also graduated from PUC, was the victim of a random drive-by shooting near their home in Orlando. And she did survive, thankfully, but had to adjust to her new life as a paraplegic. And as Daniel's friends, we hurt so badly for them. We just felt helpless to do anything. And then in the winter of 2019, Ryan's mom, who was the sweetest person you could ever meet, lost her battle with breast cancer, taken from us far, far too soon. And so there was more heartache. And of course, Brennan and I had our own life challenges as well. And I think during any of those moments, we just wished we could go back to happier times, to being on those trips or being at the games or being back in college together. Times when all of that bad stuff just wasn't there. But of course, we couldn't do that. And yet, life has a way of teaching us that while the scars of loss will always be there, the good goes on too. We can continue to experience beauty renewed in so many ways. We can continue to experience gospel. At the beginning of the book of John, which is one of the 4 gospels in the New Testament, it tells us that there is light and there is dark, but that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness does not overcome it. And so I want to continue seeing the light no matter how dark it may get, and sharing the good news that God has given me. I had a professor tell me once, Aaron, as a pastor, you are called to share the gospel. So share your good news that God has given you. It's great advice, but I don't think it's just for pastors. And so in the midst of this present darkness, I thought it'd be good to call up the friends that I've told you about and ask them to do just that. I want to hear their good news. And so here's what they said. Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Hey, Aaron, how's it going?
Good, man. Wanted to get what your good news is right now, even in the midst of all this. Do you have any good happening in life?
Especially during this time, we've been trying to stay distant from each other in terms of the physical, but I've actually seen a lot of good times and stuff that I've connected with friends, even virtually, that otherwise not would have happened without this. So had friend groups that have put together like virtual game nights and virtual hangouts and stuff like that. So I've actually talked almost to more people and reconnected with old friends from college and other areas than I normally would have. So that's been really cool and good news on my front.
When are you going to call me and have a game night with me?
Oh, didn't I invite you to the last one? Oh, I can you shoot me your email? I probably have the wrong one.
Daniel,
What's up?
what good news is happening in your life right now?
Just me and Carla here, bunkered away, and it's been nice hanging out with her. A lot of time, just the two of us, and hanging out. When we need someone to hang out with, we only have each other. That's something maybe 2 years ago I might have taken for granted, but now I relish every moment of it.
Yeah, so how is Carla doing?
Carla's great. She's fully functional within her limitations. So Carla's doing really well. Excited for her. Excited for what's to come once we're past this pandemic.
Hey, Brendan.
Hey, Aaron, how's it going?
Going well, man. I'm actually speaking for PC Vespers right now, and wanted to hear what your good news is, man, that you're experiencing during all this.
It is tragic what's going on, and it's hard to kind of keep your mind from that. I was blessed enough to have a daughter about 5 months ago, almost 5 months ago, and I also took a job not long before that. Not usually a pretty good combination. When the pandemic hit, quarantine started. All travel kind of went on lockdown for my company, and that's given me the opportunity. I'm a fortunate opportunity to spend more time with her and be here for the last 2.5 months. Time that I wouldn't have gotten starting at a new organization.
How is daddy life?
Daddy life is good. It's good. It has its challenges, but it's good. There is an abundance of joy that comes from it, and I didn't know, what it would feel like to be a father, and every day has been awesome.
I clearly have some really good friends, and I would actually like to introduce you to one more. And that is my fiance, Paige. So this usually works. Hey, Paige.
Hi, Aaron.
Paige and I got engaged last summer. Show them the bling. It's fake.
It's true.
And we're supposed to be getting married this summer in front of all of our family and friends. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
We hope.
Or not, yeah. Because we just don't know at this point if we'll be able to have our wedding. How are you feeling about the wedding?
I was really excited about it, but I think now in the midst of everything that's going on, I'm very uncertain. Mm-hmm. It would be nice to know what we'll be doing on August 2nd.
Yeah.
But right now we don't really know.
Yeah, well said. And yet, what I've been sharing is that there's always good as well. And so, Paige, what's your good news that you can share?
I guess my good news would be that I still get to marry you. And that's all that matters. I think that we can get caught up in all the wedding stuff and the day and the people and
The cost.
the cost. Exactly. But really, we're all there just for us. And so,
Yeah, kind of puts...
we'll still get married either way.
Yeah, it puts it into, I guess, a better perspective, right? Because it's really about the marriage more than the wedding. Gotta line it up first. Hey, thank you for sharing some good news.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, it was supposed to work that time. You try it. Try again. That is the gospel. The message that even in the midst of darkness, sadness, suffering, and pain, what we in religious circles would call sin, even in the midst of that, the good goes on. Because there is a redemption, a reconciliation, a holiness that restores the brokenness and proclaims that there is still good news. There is still gospel, no matter how dark things may seem. So please, sit with those who suffer. Mourn with those who mourn. Acknowledge each other's pain without feeling the need to explain it away. Let's be people of compassion and solidarity. And let's also see the beauty that continues to live on, the light that continues to shine, the restoration of the brokenness. Share your good news and let love speak loudest. Remember that we are the light of the world and the darkness has not overcome it. And remember that in all things and for all of time, God is with us. And therefore, the good goes on.
Thanks, Pastor Aren Rennacker, for that awesome word, and thank you guys all for joining us for our worship. I pray that you guys continue to live out this message and experience God's peace, experience His love, and know that He is with you. God bless, family.